Hey everybody, did you catch me fixing my hair? Hate it when that happens. This is James Pelt, and I hope you're having a good Friday. So again, going to be talking about Alchemist today. This is going to be just kind of a walkthrough, just me. We did an AMA with them before, but I always think it's a little bit, it's kind of fun just to get my take on things, and I'm going to walk you through what they have to offer. And if you guys have questions as we're going, feel free to bring those up. First off, we got Seen Wrong has become a YouTube member. So appreciate you. Again, if you aren't familiar, I do members videos. I try to do them once a week. Some weeks I miss them. My grandfather actually passed away this week, and so I was at a funeral, so didn't do it this week. But most weeks like to do a members only video. Then we have the Telegram group where we're just talking about all sorts of stuff. I really enjoy that community quite a bit, and then also have the Discord where the Discord's kind of laid out a little bit easier, where I have information about all the different projects that I'm in and kind of just my community's thoughts. A lot of it is my community's thoughts rather than my own thoughts. But I really appreciate it. And Seen Wrong, welcome to the community. Appreciate it. Daniel, you are first, so congratulations on that. But please, if you're here, hit the like button and just say hello. I haven't done it for a while, but let me know where you're watching from. I would appreciate that. RX Rob says, my condolences to you and your family. Sorry to hear about your loss. Yeah, thank you so much. It was, he was in his, I believe he was in either his early 90s or late 80s. So, I mean, that doesn't make it easier, but it wasn't like, completely unexpected. So appreciate that. Dustin, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate your thoughts and your prayers. So, Lyris, we have you there. It's an interesting name, Lyris from France. Marique from Poland. Jose from Connecticut. Luis from Puerto Rico. Ooh, you got the tax benefits. All the crypto people are moving to Puerto Rico. And then, of course, Funny Turo. Good to see you, brother. But yeah, appreciate all of you guys. If you have questions as we're going or things you just want to talk about, I'd like to keep them mostly Alchemist related, but at the end, I'm happy to open up, talk about a few other things. Also, if you guys know more about Alchemist than I do, feel free to chime in and say, no, it's not like that. No, it's like this. It's like this. So I appreciate that. Sometimes I'm wrong about things. I don't know if you guys have realized this about me, but I'm actually like fairly, absent-minded, and I know it's frustrating, like for Pocket and Tycho and Jason from Warfi, but I have some flaws, okay, and I'm difficult to work with for some people. But again, I keep gonna just try to be honest, transparent, kind, and those are the things that I know that I have control over. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let me share my screen here. So kind of if I was going to do, I always have my AMA guests kind of start with a like elevator pitch of what you're doing. I like this here. It's an ecosystem with multiple streams of income. So they kind of have a bunch of different things. Again, similar to what we found with Warfi, there's like a few areas of projects that are doing well. And so what Alchemist is trying to do is basically an NFT that is taking the funds and then splitting it up between, we'll talk about the different ways, but mining, Forex trading, let's see what gold mine acquisitions, physical gold training, altcoin investments, and things like that. So it's very similar to the Warfi ecosystem, just trying to find some profitable things that actually make money. So that's what we'll talk through kind of some of the details of some of that stuff and what you can do to get involved. So Chance, good to see you, brother. Ben from Southern California, Alchemist owner, seems like a good team. Yes, I have enjoyed the team, getting to know them as well. We're actually talking, I don't think this is private. I don't know why it would be, but we might be doing some of the investment into Forex bots or into war bots. So, that'll be good too. All the crypto aside, the artwork looks sick. We'll keep it PG. My kids actually, I found out my 6-year-old watches almost all my videos just to hit the like button. And sometimes when it's actually kind of cute. Sometimes when he's missing me, he'll pull up some old videos, or like if I'm on a trip or something. So, and James, good to see you from Brussels. And I know I have emails from you. My email inbox is just a mess, but we'll get you sorted as well. So no, appreciate all of you guys. So let's go ahead. First thing let's talk about this phase two. We'll start with the call to action. Sometimes I wait till the end to do the call to action, but in some ways that doesn't make sense because some people only see the beginning. Some people watch for a while, then they're off. So maybe we'll start with the call to action. So again, if you want to be part of the Alchemist ecosystem, you want to be part of all these different revenue streams, and we'll go through them here in a bit. You need to be on the whitelist for Mint Phase 2. So Mint Phase 2, there's a whitelist for it. If you are part of V1, you are automatically on the whitelist. So if you're currently an Alchemist holder, you're on the whitelist. If not, there's a form you need to fill out to get on the whitelist for Phase 2. So I'll leave a link through that. So there's the link for this. It's just a Google form. You just put your email, Discord name, Ethereum wallet address, how many NFTs you're planning to mint. I do not know what this is, but maybe just put James Pelton. I don't think I get referral bonus, but perhaps I do. That would be kind of nice. So go ahead and you can just fill that out if you're interested in getting into the V2 of Alchemist. But I do want to walk through kind of some of the things that they have going on. So first off, we'll talk about mining. So they've invested already 60K from their V1, but they're putting it into alpha shares. Okay, so if you're familiar with alpha shares, again, they're setting up their own mining project down in Paraguay. They're getting it's everyone's going to alpha shares right now. Even like Ace Miners, Hydra Whales, they're all going to alpha shares because of that 3 cents a kilowatt hour. You're not going to find that anywhere else in the US and maybe not anywhere else in the world, honestly. I hope that they're able to get that going because it would, excuse me, because that, rising tide, wait, how does it go? Rising tides raise all the ships, right? And so, if Alpha is able to get that 3 cents a kilowatt hour, they're able to get it going the way they plan to. That will help Alpha shares, obviously. That'll help Hydra Whales. It'll help Ace Miners. It'll help the Alchemists. So I hope that all works out well. And as you get more money together, you're able to negotiate better with the government there. Because again, that's one of the concerns is, what if the government just, government can do a lot of crazy things, we know. So working with the government and working with the, their electricity provider and all those things, the more you can get into it, the better negotiating you have. So I hope that is able to work out. So, and then they have a note here. We've allocated 100% of the investment into this crypto mining structure towards our holders by removing the 66.66% tax, which accounts for the community wallet and project development funds. So this alone, even if there's no profit, will be adding $4 per month per an NFT. So that's a good deal. Mining, again, has been a solid play for almost anyone. We've actually talked about with Warfi, if it's something else we want to do is like a mining NFT, but there's so many out there that it's hard. Alchemist would be another one where I'm just not totally sure if it's something that I want to get into. Fraction mining, no, they're doing alpha shares, but I do like fraction mining. Actually, tomorrow I'm driving down to Manhattan, Kansas. I'm going to be meeting with Alex, and we're going to talk about some fraction mining stuff. So I'll get at least a picture, or maybe even a video with him, a YouTube short or something like that, from Manhattan when I meet up with him. But yeah, fraction mining solid. What I like about fraction mining is they are they're actually helping the environment too. That's one knock that Bitcoin mining gets, is it's so bad for the environment. But fraction mining actually is helping the environment by burning some of those that flare gas. So, yep, more updates on fraction mining to come. But their Alchemist is using alpha shares. So again, solid team. I think alpha shares is getting closer to minting out. It took them a while. Again, just not a lot of loose change, not a lot of loose capital sitting around in the DeFi space. But yeah, there's a small investment, 60K into alpha shares. The second thing Alchemist is doing is Forex trading. And I know they're planning, at least I think that's kind of the loose plan. We're working through it right now. We have a call set up this week. But they have 1.55 million of prop firm funds. So some of them are trading, some of them they're looking to kind of spread around, diversify. Some of the prop firm um, things. We've seen just like really high returns and then you lose all your money and things like that. So they're trying to be careful with that 1.5 million that they have there, looking to diversify into different things. Um, so that's something that they're doing. They said we also offer copy trading via a broker called FX Globe. And I'm not super familiar with FX Globe, but again, I think their plan is just to diversify between these different prop accounts and then, you know, diversify enough where you can make a good return and still be relatively safe. So they said February and March were slow months, which actually in bots and Forex trading and things like that, I actually like slow months where you don't lose all your money. Because again, we've seen bots, Vertex bot. Again, I had somebody in my um, Telegram group who said, "Hey, we lost all our money." In Vertex bots. So you just have to be careful with these Forex bots. So definitely have to be careful with that. James says Manhattan was in the army at nearby Fort Sill. I tell you what, James has been everywhere on earth. I'm pretty sure. Anytime I say I've been somewhere, James is like, "Oh, I lived there for a few years." So James, quite the cosmopolitan, we'll say. Hey James, how are you doing? Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Sam, good to see you. I'm doing very, very well. Doing great. Little under the weather. I've had kind of allergies. I went to the doctor. They said, "Hey, you've had a sinus infection every year in March for the last 8 years. Maybe there's something wrong." And so I think it's allergies. So I just noticed too. I don't know if you can see I got eggs in the background. So I hope you're ready for Easter, resurrection of Jesus. Again, we celebrate his death, but more than that, there's a lot of people who have died, well, pretty much everyone in history. But there's not a lot of people who have risen from the dead. So again, for Christians, Easter, a big, big deal. So hope you have good plans for that. I will not be doing a video on Sunday. We'll tell you that. So first off, they got the Bitcoin mining. Second off, doing some Forex trading in the prop accounts. Third off, I don't know if that's a real word, but gold mine acquisitions. So we kind of have like we got a piece of alpha shares and fraction mining in the mining side. We got a piece of the Forex trading. We also have a piece of like Project 79. They're doing some gold mine acquisitions. And then they're planning to, I believe, mine for gold and also diamonds. And this is where we might need to have them back on for an AMA to talk exactly what their plans are with this. They do have a white paper, which I'll show you that and leave a link to that as well. Here's their white paper. They do have good artwork. I'll say that. That's one thing that I did not do a great job on with my projects is I don't have great artwork. But I like to hear they just kind of explain things to try to make it easy for average people to get in. Maybe we'll walk through the white paper a little bit. Let's see. We talked about Bitcoin mining, gold trading, community wallet, alpha calls. Yes, sounds interesting. Gold mine acquisition, diamond 2. Yes, yep, a lot of plans there. Blood diamonds. I don't know. I've seen that movie, so it does make you nervous about things like that. I do know that they have connections in Africa. So again, that'd be a good question for them next time we do an AMA. I'll make a list of questions, but yeah, always want to hear kind of about the ethicality, morality, ethicalness. What's the noun form of ethical? But whatever. Want to make sure that everything that they're doing is ethical, not taking advantage of people. So yep, totally get that. Thank you, brother. He says, Sam says, I hope you feel better soon. Got a few Easter eggs myself. My kids have a lot. So yeah. And Three Musketeers is a jeweler. Very interesting. That's something I do not know much about. So anyways, continuing on. So gold mine acquisition. We've already started our phase 1 of our gold claim. Currently busy with the topography and then assessment. We will then be guided on what materials are in the ground. We shall then continue with the diamond drilling phase. We have boots on the ground. So that's their most recent update. So they're moving forward. That's kind of a bigger process. It's really easy to get into a Forex prop account. You can do that in one day. But getting a mine going and mining for gold and diamonds, there's a lot more logistics that go into that. So yeah, there's that. Next thing that they're doing is, let's see if I can find it here. They're doing physical gold trading, physical gold trading. So not only are they going to be mining gold, but actually just gold trading. And actually, gold trading. I don't know if you guys have been following the price of gold, but it's been going kind of crazy here for the last. Oh, I mean, really since the banks fell apart, since November, really of last year. I'll kind of just show you guys this. I don't know if you've realized this. Um, Here's the price of gold in the last 6 months, but we're up pretty high. I mean, this is the highest I've seen gold in. When was the last time it was up this high? So probably like 2020 was, at the height of the pandemic. Anytime that there's like instability in the markets and in the world and in economy in general, people flock to gold. Gold and silver. I mean, those are the two things people flock to. I assume the price of silver, I actually haven't checked this one, so I could be proven wrong. So it's not quite as high as it was in 2020, but people flock to the metals. People are looking for real stuff. So gold and silver is something that people flock to in uncertain markets. So gold trading has been a very profitable thing for a lot of people. And that's another reason. One interesting thing in the markets, which we could spend the whole time talking about this, but it's been interesting to see Bitcoin and crypto. I think we've started to see them decouple from the rest of the markets. So Bitcoin had kind of its own little mini bull run, and the other markets, the stock market and real estate, and those things didn't. So hopefully, what crypto people have always hoped is that Bitcoin would kind of be a digital gold, where when, hey, you're scared of the markets, you're scared of printing money, and you're scared of inflation, you go into Bitcoin, and it's rarer than gold, and it will keep its value there. So let me not quite show you this. We'll talk through their chart of kind of estimated returns pretty soon here. Let's see. Couple comments. This project is too much for me to keep up with and investigate today. If they would openly display proof of all these claimed operations, maybe I could offer attention. Yeah, no, and I totally get that. It's hard enough when somebody's just talking about one thing they're doing to kind of, well, are you really doing that? Is there any Ponzi-nomics going on? Things like that. So again, I would just encourage you to get to know the team, hop in the Discord, and just see if this is something that you want to get into. I kind of look at it as, you guys have talked to me about doing kind of an ETF of all these different sorts of projects where you can get a little return from each of them. That's kind of what they're trying to do here. Is they've just discovered, hey, here are the ways that we're making money, and here's kind of an ETF NFT. A lot of abbreviations or a lot of acronyms there, but here's an ETF NFT of just the different revenue streams that we've found successful. So, but I totally get that. And again, I would encourage you, don't get in unless you're comfortable. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose. Get to know the team. Maybe if you're not comfortable with like the gold mining and things like that, maybe you wait for a bit, wait to see how it turns out and how they're able to, there's always risk reward, and there's higher risk, higher reward getting in early. So if you're more wanting lower risk, lower reward, you can always get in later. So totally get that. Would it be smart for them to be spread out in so many things versus focus on what they're good at? Yeah, that's debatable. The way I usually do it, the way I'm kind of doing it with, the WarFi ecosystem is kind of one at a time. But, I just released my Flux NFT, Flux Node NFTs. Again, very bad at naming. I just released these this weekend. So you can start minting these actually. I haven't really pushed them at all. I'll probably do a video soon, but it's kind of just as you find profitable things, you just start putting money into them. So again, if you're wanting just mining, then you should probably get into fraction mining. If you're wanting just Forex trading, then maybe my Forex bots or something like that. If you're wanting exposure to a lot of them, you could get into each individual project, or you could just get into something like this. So again, to each their own. Each person has their own kind of criteria of what they're looking for. Have invested a lot in gold that is supposed to skyrocket. Yeah, I think so too. Shawnee says silver will pop even higher. I think you're right. I think as we get more, I think we're in store for more economic instability, and I think the metals are a good option there. Not a fan of Tether, but there's Tether Gold, which is pegged to gold. Yes, there's also Pax G. That's kind of the most well-known one. Pax G has gold backing it up. So it's been a pretty solid coin. So yeah, if you're wanting exposure to gold, you can just buy some Pax G, hold on to it, and then you're good to go. Dylan says, hello, James. My condolences for the loss of your grandfather. Have you heard about the Uncharted Space Project? I have not, but it sounds interesting. So I like Uncharted, and I like space. So yeah, let me know. Let me know about that. So, anyways, gold mine acquisition. So we got Bitcoin mining, Forex trading, gold mine acquisitions, physical gold trading. And they've been making their target is 4 to 10% per month on their gold trading, which is what we were seeing with Gold Bridge. I don't want to talk about Gold Bridge though, so please don't ask me about it. I'm a little bitter about that one. But yeah, that 4 to 10% per month that they're getting on that, which is what we saw in Gold Bridge. So I mean, I know it's possible-ish on that, and especially with the way gold has been, I could see you being able to hit that. And I'll walk through here. They have in their white paper kind of their estimated projection for revenue for these different things. So we'll talk through that a little bit. Let's see. Next that they're doing are altcoin investments. So they've invested some into IMX, which is not a coin that I'm familiar with, but there's just a few altcoins. They're not investing very much. I will say they said they only put $1,000 into IMX. So I actually like that. I would consider the other things to be, kind of better revenue streams, but they do a little bit of altcoin mining as well. Let's see. Pax G, I forgot about that one. Yeah, Pax G is the grandfather of the gold pegged coins. I'm in the Uncharted NFT. It's brilliant. It's powered by Zeta Capital. So yeah, Zeta, interesting project for sure. So I had an AMA with them if you want to check that out. Let's see. Did Goldbridge die? Yes. So they were using a gold trader and he's having withdrawal issues. So the plan is to get people refunded, but it's up in the air. Again, I've found that we're getting people refunded it tends to just be code for we lost the money. You're probably not going to get it back. So I'm not holding my breath for that. So let's see what else we got here. Reward distribution. So how are you? Well, let's look at kind of their projected revenue. So again, the Bitcoin mining you can get started with right away. So there should be some returns right away on that. The gold mine, they're projecting in 12 months to make $5 million. So again, this is kind of unknown, right? I don't think we know. They'll probably need to give more details on that. Here's what they think they can get in the gold trading. Here's what they think they can get in the Forex trading. You can see there's plans to get into some properties, but those won't start to get revenue for a while. Bridging capital. I'm not totally, I can't remember. I did another AMA with them where I believe we walked through each of these. So, you might want to check that for reference as we're going through this. And then altcoin investments remains to be seen. So probably as we've seen with a lot of these types of projects, not a lot of returns at the beginning, but the plan is to just kind of grow it. And then ideally in a year or so, you start bringing in some crazy revenue. You had an AMA with Zeta Capital, I believe, or maybe I'm thinking of Zeno. There's Zeno and there's Zeta. So maybe I'm thinking of Zeno is not Zeta is not the one with the veterans, right? That's Zeno. So I've not done one with Zeta Capital, but I've heard a lot about Zeta Capital. A lot of people have been asking me about them, and I probably need to do an AMA, but no, I don't. I have not done one yet. So stay tuned. Sam says, is this fraction mining? How trustworthy? If by fraction, it's not the team fraction mining. It is fraction mining. in that you're putting in money and then they're using that funds so that you own a fraction of the miner, a fraction of the hash rate for that. So, but it is not fraction mining. You haven't done with Zeta, James. Please get them on. You'll love it for all of us. Okay. Yes, I will do that. Xeno mining. That's the Veterans Project that's doing Bitcoin mining. Thank you for clarifying. See, again, absent-minded. Nicholas says, did you ever look into the Island Project? You know, I looked into it a little bit, but did not, I wasn't like against it or anything, just didn't really know enough. But I've had a lot of people, I think a lot of times it's you, Nicholas, but yeah, I haven't looked too much into it, but I'll take a look again. So, all right, let me go back to the sheet here. So as for rewards on the Alchemist, they're working on a DApp, and I have a newfound respect for people building DApps. It's not super easy. Again, I'm a programmer, so I kind of thought, oh, I'll just throw together a quick DApp. Blockchain programming is actually fairly difficult. So just working through all the bugs and everything. But they're working on their DApp, and they say it should be ready to go within the next 4 weeks. Okay, so within 4 weeks, so maybe by the end of April, there should be a DApp for the Alchemist that will allow you to be able to claim your rewards and probably have more info too on like how each revenue stream is doing. And they're going to be coming up with their property development. So we'll have them on for another AMA as the minting gets closer here. But again, if you are, they do have an updated white paper. Oh, I didn't see this. I'm bad at YouTube. Let me pull up their updated white paper. Is this the same one from the website? I think it might be. I think it might be the same one from the website. So never mind on that. But I do enjoy this team. I talk to this team quite a bit. We've been working through Forex bots. So I talk with them quite a bit. So I like them. Let's see. We got some questions here. James, can you please walk us through your Forex NFT? What do you mean take profit after being profitable? Okay, yeah, I'll bring that up just real quickly. Again, don't want to take too much focus away from Alchemist, but they might be investing in these, so it might be good to show you. So basically how this works is when you first put your money in, there's like a 10% fee to get it in. Then you can claim out. This is what I'm working on right now. Hopefully, I was hoping to have it done today, but it'll probably be maybe Monday. You can't claim out until you get over $500. So you're going to start at like 4. You can maybe see I have some in some of the other batches, but you're going to start under $500 because there's kind of those fees to get started. So like these batch 3 ones are at $483.94. So you won't be able to claim until you get to 500. So like on this one, I could take out $7.18 is kind of how that's going to work. And then eventually I'll have like a burn button where you can get your initial back if you want it. The reason I had to do it this way is because if your NFT is only worth like 483, I could do my own marketplace or something, but I don't want people selling these on OpenSea, like claiming out $400 so that there's only $83 left on this NFT and then selling it on OpenSea and confusing people that way. So I hope that makes sense. Again, some of this stuff I'm just kind of figuring out as I go. But I think we're just going to auto compound. Once you get over $500, you can claim out anything over $500 that you want. So, and there are some bugs that I'm working through and things like that. So sorry, I'm so slow, but they're doing very well. I've been very happy with their performance. Yeah, so far this month, and I have them kind of spread out among a couple different bots, different settings for risk. And then the ones that do the best, like this batch 4 is doing the best. So I'll kind of change the settings on batch 2 and the OG batch to match those. These are all in the Waka Waka bot now too. Got out of everything else just because it wasn't working well. But yeah, 58 straight months of profit in this one. I believe these are sold out, but I'll get a new batch opened up here later today as well. So also recording my monthly numbers this month as well. So there are some war bots available though, if you want some of those. Okay, would you recommend? I know you got quite a few Bitcoin miners yourself. Would you invest in fraction mining yourself? Again, it depends on your risk tolerance. Again, I would consider this one, Alchemist, to be more of a ETF. So if you're wanting just purely Bitcoin mining, then you should go direct probably to one of the mining companies. I did a video on the top mining NFT projects. So again, you can watch that video depending on whether you're wanting just Bitcoin. Then maybe you'd want to do fraction mining. If you're wanting to do, I want some Cadena exposure also, then maybe you do Ace miners. If you're wanting a combination of that with other things, then Hydra Whales or Alchemists would probably be a better option. So what happens to the initial? I assume you're talking about with the Forex bots, because yes, you can mint with your credit card. When you mint with your credit card, I'll just show you real quick if I can. So you can, when you mint with your credit card, well, here, let me show you with Warbots, because it's the same process. But when you mint with your credit card with Forex bots or Warbots, then you can either continue with email, and then it creates an email wallet for you basically, which is kind of cool. Or you can connect your MetaMask wallet and then it'll go there. So you can pay with your credit card and still have the NFT go to your MetaMask wallet. Or you can continue with email and then it basically creates, it's kind of cool. It creates a wallet for you that you log into with your email. So that is no longer decentralized or anything like that. I mean, it's not blockchain anymore. There's an email address. But yeah, I like it. Can you ping our CMO Thomas again, as we have some big updates for you in the next week? It's Sean from Fleemint. Yeah, no, I would love that. Or feel free to have him reach out to me as well, but I'll ping him too. Honest thoughts on Wolf Capital. Very degen. So as far as degen plays go, I think it's probably on the safer end of the degen plays. But I mean, you're not getting 1.5%, 1.25%, 2% a day without a significant level of risk. So I don't personally think they're going to rug pull, but I've thought that about projects before. So just be cautious. Consider it very degen. So Alchemist would be on the less degen side. And then there's safer options even than that. So there's kind of like a degen meter. And it's probably best to have a little bit on all the different, diversified as much as you can. Any updates on Warbots? The DApp, I mean, you can claim on the app now for Warbots. I was able to claim out this week. They're doing another update. We had, there was some concerns about some market conditions, so we turned off a couple of the bots for a few days. So we ended up at 6.21% for the month of March. Could have been a little bit higher, but again, number one goal is just to not lose all our money. So if we see something that seems concerning, or like when the USDC depegging happened, I sold all the USDC right away. I took a little bit of a loss on that, but it's like, I'm not going to risk this. I sold all the USDC and got USDT, at least for that time. And then there's been some other market conditions where it's like, hey, just turn the bots off for just a minute here. Again, just to make sure, number one goal is not to lose money. So we're not looking to squeeze out every percentage we possibly can. That's how a lot of these bots and traders and things like that end up at zero. So we're not going to be doing that. We're keeping things, get as close to 9% a month as we can safely is kind of the plan. So as for Alchemist, last thing kind of have to mention, they're going through an audit right now. So they're going through an audit that is in the works. But again, if you're wanting to get involved, if you're a phase one holder, then you are already in. So if you are not a phase one holder, you need to hop into their Discord. And I would recommend everybody do that anyways. Like if you're here, go ahead and just hop into their Discord, and then fill out this form that kind of puts you on the whitelist for that. And then stay tuned. Stay tuned in the Discord. I'll be tweeting it out as it comes to me. I might even do a YouTube short or things like that as the mint gets closer. I'll let you guys know, and you can for sure get in on that. So that's all I have from Alchemist. Does anybody have any questions about Alchemist or things that they want to add? I might not have the answers to everything, but if you have something you want to ask, feel free. It could be about other things too. I'm happy to spend a few minutes here and just some QA as well. Every vlog says, also thinking about investing more in warbots. Already have 10. Is there any benefit of getting the war helicopter? Really, it's just convenience. So the reason we opened some of those bigger NFTs, a war helicopter is basically just a bigger war bot. And the reason is we had some people who were like, hey, can I put 200K into war bots? And I didn't want to tell them, yeah, you just need to buy 400 war bots. So instead, we opened up some of these bigger NFTs just to keep things a little bit more sane for people. The difference between Aviate and Momentum. So Aviate, they're actually I think they're doing completely different stuff. So Aviate is completely trading bots. They have a whole bunch of different trading bots that they're doing. Um, I was okay. I was okay with the Aviate AMA. I was a little bit concerned about. I feel like their returns are too high, and I've just been burned by so many bots that there's just not a lot of bots that I trust in. Again, they need a lot of history, and Aviate's kind of more experimental. They're doing some experimental bots, so a little bit riskier. But again, it's all about that risk reward ratio. And then Momentum is part of the Alpha Shares community, and they're doing something kind of completely different. It's more of a tokenomic thing. So recommendation: Warbot, Forex NFTs, or other bots. I mean, diversification is your friend. So I would maybe, for me, I'm kind of keeping an even amount in Warbots and Forex bots. And what I'm doing, even as the project founder, I'm just minting. I'm kind of dollar cost averaging in. So it's like, okay, I want to put $1,000 a month into Forex bots and $1,000 a month into Warbots. So I buy 2 a month essentially. Is kind of what I've been doing. And then the plan is just, okay, I'm going to just buy 2 a month. At the end of a year, I'll have 24 of each. And, if you have, let's see, 20, let's look at some of my math here. 24, if I have 24 war bots and they're getting 9% a month, and I'm looking at $1,000 a month from those, and probably $800 a month. So, start making $1,800 a month off of putting in that 2K a month for a year. So that's kind of the way that I'm looking at it. And I'll probably do a half. I like to do a half compound, half take out too, is just kind of the way I like to do things. So what I'm really looking forward to is when I have, when you get to about 24 warbots, then you're making $1,000 a month, and you're able to compound 1 new warbot each month and take out $500 a month. So that's kind of what I'm looking to get to. That 24 is kind of the magic number I'm looking at. I'm an alchemist. Hey, good for you, brother. Let's see. Thanks for the great info. Hey, you're welcome, brother. Thank you for watching. Yep, no problem. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys very much. Let's see. What coins do you run the bots on? The Forex bots. I do the New Zealand dollar, the Canadian dollar, and the Australian dollar. Okay, those are the 3. No US dollar on my Forex bots, and that's just the way the Waka Waka bot's designed. So no dollar. No US dollar exposure. It's all New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, and Australian dollar. What is the difference between war bots and the Forex bots? So the Forex bots are trading, again, the New Zealand dollar, the Canadian dollar, and the US dollar. We have more history on those. Again, these have been running for 58 months at a profit. I will say the last few months, we've gotten better returns on this because I have the risk turned up a little bit higher than what they do on this FX book. But the bot used to perform better. You can see in 2018, it was doing really well. So just over time, and part of that may be more people getting in. I'm not totally sure, but I was able to hit with the way I have the risk set up. Let me again check what I got for last month. But I believe batch 2 went for a full month. and got 4.92%. So again, we're able to do 5% a month, and I personally I consider it a lot lower risk than a lot of the things that I'm in. There's still risks. Again, the broker, I found a really good broker. O&A is the broker, and I've been really liking them quite a bit. They just look professional. They have a lot of like notifications and legal things that you have to go through. So you can kind of see this is where a lot of the funds go. And again, I spread them out. I put 80% into a safer settings, and then I put 20% on higher risk. And then the numbers in the dashboard just come straight from the account. So it trades, and then every day it just takes the balance for today and puts it on this little calendar here. So you can see sometimes the dates are a little bit messed up because it's UTC time. I need to fix that maybe. So sometimes it gets the dates wrong because it's like, yeah, it's UTC time, which is different, obviously, than whatever time zone I'm in or you are in. So then the Forex bots, the war bots are trading crypto. So they're trading Bitcoin, Ethereum, AVAX, Polygon, Algorand, all blue chips. But there's a lot more volatility there too. And also, they're not just bots. Some people have noted that they have shiny jackal bots running and they're not getting as much percentage as our war bots do. That's because Shiny's actively managing our war bots, and he turns them on, turns them off, and does some TA and other things as well. So hi, all, checking in from Sweden. Happy Easter. Christ is risen. Amen, brother. Christ is risen indeed. Nice session, James. For those interested in knowing more about the Alchemist, be sure to join our Discord. Yes, absolutely. I would recommend that to everyone. If you're watching this and you are not part of the Alchemist Discord, hop into it. It's free. Hop in and at least check it out. I would appreciate it. They would appreciate it. Again, I'm not going to pressure anyone into buying anything, but I'll pressure you to hop into a Discord channel and just get to know the community a little bit. Nicholas says, hit the like button. Yes, please do hit the like button. X Flash says, do you use wide ranges for your grid bots, or do you do a smaller range to improve profits per grid? In general, I prefer smaller ranges, and very small lot sizes is what I prefer. Again, just trying to stay safe. Number one goal is to not lose people's funds. Okay, that's my number one goal with everything that I do. So we'll go ahead and hop off there. I don't want to get too distracted from the Alchemist. So again, final calls to action. Join the Alchemist Discord. Fill in the whitelist if you haven't already. Get ready for Mint 2. Stay tuned for that. If you guys have more questions, hop into their Discord and ask about that. If you have questions for me, please do to join my membership. Even if you just do the members only video, I do a members only AMA. I try to do it once a week. I'll probably do one Monday. So hop into there and we can ask about all that. I see a few last questions here about other projects, but I won't get to those right now. But do appreciate all you guys and hope you have a wonderful Easter. God bless and hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much, guys.